What's up YouTube? This is Ultra Rye, and today we are going to go over Gato and how to deal with his Wind Fang option, right? So he has 4 options off of Wind Fang. He has Vortex Fang, Whirling Fang, Arrow Fang, and Sliding Fang. And I'm going to show you how we can beat all these options. So first, Wind Fang is this move right here, right? And he has 4 options off of it. He can do Vortex Fang, which is that little projectile that goes to the ground. He can do Whirling Fang, which is this little kick. And then he does Arrow Fang, which is a dive kick. And then he does Sliding Fang, which is jumps in the air and he likes to hit you low. He can also break the heavy version after the first hit and the EX version, so he doesn't have to do the follow-up. And that puts him at -2 for the heavy, and then +1 for the EX. So now I'm going to show you how to deal with all of these options. The first thing we're going to deal with is his breaks, right? If he comes in and he decides to break it, so he would be plus, you can hyper block and still punish him for it. And let me show you what that looks like. And as you can see, you get a full combo when that happens. So that is the one way to deal with every single thing. If you know he's doing this and you can hyper block in, that's one way to deal with all of it. But now let's go into each individual follow-up. All right, so the first thing we're going to cover is Vortex Fang. And as you can see, you are going to be stuck in block stun, right? Like I am letting go after this first hit, and I'm going to be stuck in block stun. So the way to beat this is you are going to hyper block the second hit and then go into one of your moves that punishes the follow-up, right? For my character, my DP actually whiffs. See, my DP whiffed there. So I got to go into a different move. And there we punished it with a hyper block. So the Whirling Fang follow-up looks like this, right? He does his little kick. Now, if you're crouching, this whiffs, right? If this whiffs, you get a free wild punish. So you can go, you know, for your max damage combo. So that's one thing you can do. You can also just DP it. Now this covers both options. And sometimes you can get a combo. So that is how you beat this move, and this also works on the EX version. Now another thing to know is that all of these are just unsafe, right? You can just punish them if you block them. You know, and you can get a full combo. So that works for every single version, whether it's the light, the heavy, or the rev. So now we're going to talk about Arrow Fang, which is the dive kick, and it jails, right? So I can let go and it's going to jail. So I can't get a DP like the other ones where it just leaps over you and you have plenty of time to DP. For this, you want to hyper block. And there we go, and then you can get a full combo off of the hyper block. Now obviously that wasn't max damage, but it was just to go to show you. Now you can do this with every single one of them. I just want to note that the heavy version of Arrow Fang is the only one that does not jail, and you can actually get a DP. And there we go, and you can punish it with the DP. And that also means that you could punish it with like a super, right? You can punish it with an invincible super, and you can get a punish. So if you think he's going to do the dive kick, none of these are punishable of the dive kicks. So you can either hyper block it, or if you think he's going to go for the heavy version, you can DP it. Now we're going to go into a Sliding Fang, which is the last one, and it is this little low right here. Now the thing to note about this is that this is punishable. Every one of these is -6. The low, the heavy, and the rev is -6. So whatever your character's 6-frame punish is, because it ends close range, that is what you are going to use to punish this move, and it'll look like this. And you can get a full combo. So if he does this, whichever version he does, they are all -6 and leave them right in front of you. You can just punish them with whatever your 6-frame punish is. But you can also just DP these. And then you can get a combo that way. You can do that for the light and the heavy or the rev version. For the light and rev version, you can DP. Now there's an interesting thing about the heavy version that I want you to know, and this might just be my character specific to where I can't DP it. You're gonna have to test this with your character. So the heavy version whiffs on me, right? And it goes over me. And I can't DP it because it whiffs. But what I can do is I can let it whiff and then I can get a wild punish. Like that. So I can actually get huge damage if he ends up whiffing it. So for the Sliding Fang and Whirling Fang, both of those follow-ups, you can just DP. So you have a 50% of DPing the follow-up. Now hyper blocking the first hit is always the best option because that beats everything. And for the Vortex Fang and the Arrow Fang, which is the dive kick, you're going to have to try to figure out which one they're going to do and then play your offense off of that, right? But also, 2 of the 4 options, all of them are punishable. All 3 levels, the light, the heavy, and the rev. Whirling Fang is punishable and Sliding Fang is punishable. So the main thing is know which ones are punishable, so if they throw those out, you're ready to punish them. I hope this video helps you dealing with these mix-ups and follow-ups a little bit, and at least shows you how you can punish each one. Now remember, you're going to have to go with your character and figure out their specific options. But that's just how the game's played. Just because my character uses closed heavy punch to punish a 6-frame move doesn't mean your character will. I hope this video helps. I appreciate all support, and y'all have a fantastic day.